Hi, welcome back to another episode of Car Makeup with me, Sonia Elise, a beauty marketing specialist, creator mentor, and if I do say so myself, all around badass. Too much? Probably. I've had a lot of coffee. Hold on tight. Today, we're going in without a plan, which is always a very interesting way of starting things. I took a little break from long format content because I've been doing a lot of rejiggering in the business. And when that happens, you kind of may need to make a little space. And I often say this to content creators as well. We can't do everything at once, unfortunately. And if you are a personality like me, you want to do everything at once. I highly recommend that when you are making big changes in your strategy, whether that is shifting from short form content to long form content, maybe you're launching a podcast, maybe you're getting really smart and you are building a newsletter or a Substack. Any of those things really signals that it is time to hit pause on everything that you are doing. Give yourself at least a week of breathing room. I am a firm believer that you can disappear from the internet for a full week and everyone is going to be okay. All right. I know that probably disappoints you. You think that the world stops when you stop posting content, but I promise you, it doesn't. It doesn't, which is actually good news. Like, you should feel relieved about that you could take a break. Your audience is still going to love you. You're still going to be able to come back. Now, I have currently been taking time off of long format content, which includes podcasting and YouTube, so that I could re-strategize what I want to be doing with those two formats of content. Now, I'm just going to tell you my strategy right here, right now, because why should I gatekeep? The strategy that I'm about to launch is not something that other people aren't doing. There's no proprietary scenario here. So if you feel like taking notes and stealing my strategy, go for it, because I'm a firm believer. Nothing is new. Nothing is original. The only thing that is original and new is the way that you do it with your personality. And I know no one can do it like I do, so I'm not worried. Here's the strategy. Feel free to take notes. I have a business that is membership based, and I launched it in mid to late September. Now, when I launched it, I felt very adamant. I just want to pause right here and let you guys know, I know that this foundation is a slightly too light for me. However, I have a full thing of it and we need to go with God on this one. I'm not getting rid of it. Bronzer, blush, no one knows the difference. Next up, I run a business that is membership based.
Content creation is so lonely.
I wish I had a group of creator besties.
Don't you just wish we had someone that could help guide us?
I just feel like I could be doing it so much better than I am, you know?
Help walk you through all the steps of being a content creator.
I wish we had more of a community, just to feel like we were a part of something. Does that exist?
You ring? Yeah, of course. I know, guys. There are so many issues with being a content creator, and you just want to know what the right thing to do is. Exactly. That's why I started High Gloss, my new membership group. Oh, you haven't heard about it yet? Okay. Let me just fill you in. So I've worked with content creators for over a decade. I've helped with some of your favorite brands, Clarins, Cosmetics, Kiehl's. I've worked with them for over a decade. I know, I look so young, but for a decade, I have casted creators for some of the best beauty brands out there. I really know what brands are looking for, and I just want to give that information to a group of people who are really invested in their own success. So in addition to getting all of my industry insight, you're also getting a community of people who are cheering you on. Yeah, doesn't that sound great? If you need more info, I really broke it all down on my website, lipserviceworld.com/high-gloss. You can also connect with me directly, of course, on IG or TikTok. Yeah, of course, there's really no need to feel so lost and alone as a content creator. Exactly. I mean, I'm so excited to see you there. We'll chat soon. Bye. And when I first launched it, I didn't want to make the schedule too specific because I felt like it would pigeonhole me. As a creative person, I was like, shoot, if I theme every single month, if I commit to having guests, if I do all these things, what if I can't deliver? What if it really puts me in a box and I want to shift all this stuff? Well, I came to find out pretty quickly that it felt extremely disorganized to not have themes, to not have some sort of focus every single month for the group and for myself. And part of that has to do with long format content. Hear me out. I am not a big creator. I know that about myself. I am very aware that my strength is in my community building and engagement. It is not in my follower count. Both platforms are currently sitting at under 5,000 followers. However, I have a YouTube, I have a podcast, both which take an extreme amount of time and financial investment to keep up. That's not the problem. The problem is the way that I was using those two resources, the podcast and the YouTube channel, was not in my best interest to support the membership. That was the problem. In taking this break, I was able to step back and take a better look at what my process was and realize that if I themed the months of the membership, I could also theme my content to match those months. And in addition to that, I could essentially put the juiciest part of the content behind a paywall. And I know that's gonna ruffle some feathers, but you know what? I have done so much for the creator economy for years for free. Thousands of videos, plenty of YouTube videos. I think probably across 2 podcasts that I've had, at least 50 episodes of 100% free advice. And even now with the new relaunch essentially that I'm going to be doing, the new strategy, it's still going to add value if you keep it free. At this point, you're not going to be able to pay to unlock individual episodes. For example, this month I'm testing out this system while I plan for 2025. And the first thing that I'm doing is a month that is focused on social selling. So this week on Wednesday, I will be launching a social selling challenge for members. The following week, when that challenge ends, I will be doing a masterclass on social selling, which will be 30 minutes of intensive, a presentation that I do that is solely dedicated to educating on this subject, with an additional 30 minutes of a special guest who is a extremely high tier, probably in the top 1% on TikTok Shop. So we're talking about a very good social seller. She is going to come on and answer questions and do a bunch of stuff. Now, I thought to myself, I'm going to have this very valuable, very amazing masterclass. What should I do with that? It's also going to be a podcast and a YouTube episode, duh. But you know what? You're not going to give it away for free. You're not going to give away the whole thing for free. Am I going to give you some of that info, some of that juiciness to help you out for free? Yes, of course, because I do believe in free education for all. But I also believe that my membership is not that expensive. And if you're truly serious about becoming a career content creator, no matter how you want to monetize, full-time, affiliate, part-time, UGC only, you should be investing a small fraction every single month to get better. I'm about to do a video about everything that I invested in my own business this year, and you're going to be shocked, jaw on the floor when I give you numbers. So the fact that I am saying that you need to invest in your own business as a creator should not be a surprise. Now, what's going to happen? I am going to give some free info in the podcast, in the YouTube episode that will go public. At the end of those episodes, I'm going to prompt if you would like the rest of this information. If you would like to join a membership where I am educating on extremely important topics to the beauty industry, content creators who talk about beauty, beauty content creators, makeup artists, hairstylists, anyone who is concerned with both content creation and the beauty industry on any level, you should join High Gloss. Now, the number one question I get about joining High Gloss is, Sonia, I'm not a full-time beauty content creator. Is this for me? Yes, a lot of the lessons I bring in are going to be based around beauty. For example, social selling. I'm going to talk about the examples tying back to beauty, but the core systems, the core of what I'm going to teach, like the actual strategy, applies to any niche. So I do have multiple creators in the group who do post about beauty occasionally, but it's not their number one bread and butter topic. And none of them have complained that, oh, the subject matter doesn't apply to me. None of them have left the group. I've never heard anything otherwise besides that the strategies that I'm imparting provide value. So if that is your main concern in joining membership, let me just squash it right here and let you know that while the examples and some of the framework is going to be in terminology that has to do with the beauty industry, the internal strategies that I am teaching can be applied to pretty much any industry, any niche. I think that tech and travel are their own beasts. They have their own way of working. It is so completely different. But if you create content in any realm that has to do with lifestyle, beauty, fashion, momming, being a cutesy person on the interwebs, influencing, recommending, product-based, all of my strategies will work for you. So what does this mean for the future of High Gloss and my business? I'm so glad you asked. After December, I'm going to work extremely hard to essentially get ahead of the curve. I already have the main themes and topics for January, February, and March. And let me tell you, I didn't just make up the themes. I had some ideas, but I talked to members of my team who are also content creators, emerging content creators who clearly know what is needed in the landscape. So it's not like I just create these topics in a silo and I'm like, this is what people need. No, I listen to the group. I listen to what's happening in questions in my comments and DM. And then I ask the team. I phone a friend. The topics that are coming are bangers. All right. January, we're looking at something around, oh my God, I don't know. Do I want to say? Okay, I'm not going to break it out by month. How about this? In the future, expect to see topics about pitching, topics about what brands actually want with a special brand guest that used to be a client of mine that is big. It's a big name. Expect to do defining your content pillars, looking at your personal brand. If any of this is ringing a bell, I've always wanted to know more about that. This is your sign. Time to sign up. Time to sign up because it's going to be the same structure. Live meeting, kickoff of a challenge, 7-day challenge all together as a community. Live meeting, deep dive with me on the subject, and then potentially a special guest at that meeting. In addition to that, you get 2 more live meetings per month, which we always do. The meetings are always Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Those 2 other live meetings, one is an analytics deep dive. That tends to be our number 1 attended meeting every month. We sit down and we literally do analytics step by step together. I hold your little hand as we do analytics. It could not be more valuable because people are so scared of running their own analytics. So I help with that. And then the other meeting is collaboratively create. We get together, we talk about what might be going on in the creator universe right now, and then we go cameras off, mics off, and we get shit done. We get shit done because you know what? Being a content creator is hard. And if you also have kids, you also have a full-time job, you also have a partner, you don't have enough time for yourself. So when you show up for these meetings, I normally give 20 to 30 minutes where you are dedicated to something that you need to get done. Members typically edit content. They post things that are in their drafts. They work on upcoming content. They respond to emails. They look at contracts. Anything on your creator to-do list, you do it right then and there. No excuses. The time is dedicated to you because you deserve it. That's it. That's the short of it. You deserve it. That, in a nutshell, my friends, is what I have been up to. Rejiggering the membership, working with outside parties to make sure that I am bringing the most high quality experience, the most strategic experience, and above all else, the best use of my goddamn time because there's only one of me and there's a lot of content creators. And if I want to scale this mofo up and reach more people, which I do because my number one goal, the reason I am here is that I feel like there is not enough honest, valuable education for content creators coming from people who have legitimate experience. I have paid people $50,000 and up for major campaigns. There is no limits to what I have learned in those 10 years. And all I want to do right now is help new creators, help emerging creators, help creators who've been doing it for a while and have not seen significant change take the next steps. Feel empowered in what they're doing, feel comfortable in what they are doing because they are getting advice from someone who has legitimate experience and knowledge. That's me. All right, so thank you for coming to this TED Talk. The makeup isn't done. I'm going to finish it up off camera. I hope you stick around into next year for the launch of these brand new features to High Gloss. Hopefully you will be seeing at the end of December the first launch of our social selling workshop, which will be behind a paywall if you aren't a member, but you will still get value out of the episode if you are a listener or a subscriber here on YouTube. So stick around and follow me as we head into this next phase of the business.